Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Tuesday morning. It's now the 4th day of March 2025, and this is the morning briefing coming to you from the home weather office. And outside the home weather office, it's cloudy. Yeah, we have a lot of clouds going by the area today, but it will be dry. I mean, there may be a stray sprinkle, especially on the coast, as the weather system kind of falls apart. But our attention today is for what could happen on Wednesday and Thursday. Talked about this yesterday with the possibility of low snow. However, the forecast is much trickier than that because we're looking at a couple of lows dropping down the coast, and the path of those lows will depend on, will determine who's going to get rain and who's not going to get rain, and then how much rain and snow we're going to see. It really is a tricky forecast because even though we're only 24 hours away from when it may start raining, the models are not in good agreement. So this is a really tricky forecast. And I'll explain it to you as much as I can. But if you look at your app, if you look at a television forecasts later on today, don't be surprised if the message is somewhat mixed because the forecast is very tricky for tomorrow and into the day on Thursday. I want to start this morning with a view from Sierra at Tahoe. And the reason I wanted to show you this, and I'm going to time lapse this for you, and I'll apologize that it's going to be a little glitchy. But when I was looking at this camera this morning, I noticed this little feature here. A little lenticular cloud developing because we're getting some nice flow going up the Sierra, and you can even see the little arch here of that cloud. So in other words, the wind is coming along in this direction, and then as it encounters the mountain, it rises up over it, and that means that cloud is forming in that one area. So I know this is a little glitchy, but we'll just keep watching right in here. There's a little cloud just sitting over the top. And yeah, that glitch is kind of annoying. Another little lenticular that doesn't last as long here, but then right in here, as the clouds thicken up a little bit more and the flow increases, you'll see that lens cloud, that lenticular cloud, just kind of form right over the crest of that cloud, of that mountain. So yeah, it's just a nice, cool view that we often get in the Sierra, nice lenticular clouds. Let me show you the way that looks from above, and here's that cloud cover streaming inland. This is a system that's really falling apart, but we may be able to squeeze out a stray sprinkle out of that, but otherwise today is just going to be a somewhat cloudy and once again another relatively cool day as we do have the cooler air in place and we're waiting on the next system to drop our way during the day tomorrow. So let me take a look at the 500 millibar chart and show you what it is that we are expecting and why this forecast is looking pretty tricky. All right, so let me make sure I'm back on. So I'm going to show you the 6Z here. All right, so here we go through the day today and into the day tomorrow. And here is that splitting system. We are seeing some of the energy go north, some of it goes south. And then there's the second wave that comes through on Thursday and pivots down the coast. And exactly where we're going to get the precip depends on where these lows go. And over the last 24 hours, the models have been all over the place. So let's get to that. I'm going to start with the HRRR, the high resolution model, and this is today. This is that system that falls apart. So as you can see, there will be some light rain on the coast. There may be a sprinkle in the valley in the Sierra, but that's about it. So that system falls apart. Now we have this little low developing down in here, and the circulation around it on this model anyway, this is Wednesday at 4 a.m. I'll go to 7 a.m. So this is 7 a.m. and as you can see, there is rain in the valley from Sacramento County to the south. There is snow in the Sierra from Interstate 80 to the south. This is kind of a reverse of what we've been seeing so often this winter when the northern part of the state gets all the rain and the central and southern part of the state don't get anything. This is good. The central and southern Sierra need a bunch of snow because we're running a deficit there. But still, look at that. It's not raining in Chico, maybe not raining in Marysville, but it is raining in Sacramento, but nice rain in Stockton and Modesto with a snow level here probably around 3,500 to 4,000 feet, and it will be dropping. Meaning for those of you in Tuolumne County at 3,000 feet and lower are going to likely see some snow, at least according to this model. So again, what I'm showing you here is a snapshot of 7 a.m. As we go through the day, that rain does increase a little bit to the north. This is around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We now have rain in the valley, but you can see how areas along the coast and to the north are seeing a lot less than areas to the south. So Calaveras County, Tuolumne County, Mariposa County, that's where we see the best rain and snow during the afternoon on Wednesday. That low pivots out, and then you see this next low up in here. Well, where's that one going to go? Some of the models have been bringing a lot of rain into the area. This is Wednesday night, and others not so much. And even this one doesn't bring much in during Thursday. This is as far out as this model goes, and that's at 4 a.m. on Thursday. But still, with cold air in place, we would see snow probably at and below 3,000 feet in Tuolumne County. In terms of precipitation, go to total precip accumulation from this model. For Sacramento, it shows 0.12, but farther to the south, we see a half an inch of rain. And look at areas like Amador County, Calaveras, and Tuolumne County, more than an inch of water. This is good. This is really good. These are the areas that haven't seen as much rain this year. But you can see to the north, even this model only picks up 3/100ths in Chico. So for those of you in Plumas County and Grass Valley, this is one of those cases where, yeah, you're going to get some rain and may even get some snow. But right now, it looks as though the better totals are going to be farther to the south. All right, that's that model. Let's go to see what the NAM has to say. The NAM started to go the other way yesterday with the 18Z run. All right, here's that system that falls apart today. Now, here's the one on Wednesday. This is Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. Sacramento County and to the north, dry. San Joaquin County and to the south, wet. Wet on the central and southern coast, snow in the Sierra with the best focus into Tuolumne County. So that's Wednesday morning. This is Wednesday midday. This is Wednesday afternoon. You'll notice that as of this time, Sacramento County sees no rain. But on the west slope, we have some light rain around Grass Valley, better rain in Amador County. And again, with that cold air in place, we'll see snow and really good snow into Tuolumne County. So let me go talk about this a little bit more. So the northern edge of where we may see rain and snow is, I think, the biggest variable here. So how much rain we may see around Sacramento and points north, Marysville, Chico, I think that's the question. But even where we do see rain there, it's going to be on the light side. And I think that there will be extended periods of time during the day on Wednesday in Marysville where it won't be raining. And I'd say the same thing for areas like Willows and Winters, where you may not see much in the way of rain at all. Maybe some showers maybe. But in Stockton, Modesto, Sonora, we'll be seeing a steady rain. And so the farther south you go, the better the rain is going to be. And that's why I say this forecast is very tricky for meteorologists that are based in the Sacramento area and that are looking to forecast areas from, let's say, Redding all the way down to, well, past Turlock and down toward Fresno. That forecast remains really tricky because you're going to have such a wide variety. But again, it's kind of the flip of what we have seen with so many cases this winter, when it was the opposite. We were trying to figure out just how far south the rain would go. Now we're trying to figure out how far north it may go. Either way, in areas like Sacramento, light rain. In Stockton, Modesto, Sonora, Turlock, we'll see some nice rain, but not enough rain to cause any issues. It's just going to be a better rain. The bigger issue is how much snow do we get in Tuolumne County at and below 3,000 feet? So for those of you in Twain Harte, you're going to get snow. And I know you've seen some snow this year, but this will be the best snow you've seen. I know a lot of you commented yesterday about, I said it's going to be the first, low snow of the season. And some of you said, well, I had a half an inch of snow here and there. I'm talking about, having to shovel kind of snow. So for those of you in Twain Harte, yeah, it's a no-brainer. You're going to see snow. In the Yosemite Valley, we're going to see snow on both Wednesday and Thursday. In elevations below that, down toward 2,500 feet, let's say East Sonora, I think especially during the day Thursday, we could see snow there and maybe a few inches of snow. So I do think that there'll be many communities in Tuolumne County and parts of Calaveras County and Mariposa County that'll be impacted by snow, impactful snow, if you will, shovelable snow at and below 3,000 feet. If you go farther north, in places like El Dorado County and into Placer County and Nevada County, we will see snow at some lower elevations, but the amounts will be quite a bit lighter. Really, it does look as though the best focus is going to be in areas south of Highway 50, if you will. So let's go back to this model, because this is showing that time. This is around midday on Wednesday. And this model also has that next wave coming down the coast. However, this one also kind of has a swing and a miss, because this is Thursday around midday. The low is down here. There's light rain to the north. We still have some snow going on in the mountains. But you see, the best focus of this is into Southern California, where we'll also see snow on the Grapevine. We'll see rain into the LA Basin and snow showers in the Sierra, according to this model. And then everything dries up on Friday. All right, so I'm just going to back this up a little bit. So this is 18Z on Wednesday, and I just want to look at the HRRR again, just to show you the model differences here. So let's go back to this, and then let's go back to 18Z on Wednesday. Okay, so this is the way the HRRR shows it, and then this is the way the NAM shows it. I know that the differences are somewhat subtle, but they are noticeable. That the HRRR has more rain in this area than the NAM does. But either way, as you go farther south, you can see how impactful that rain and snow is. All right, interesting situation for the day on Wednesday. All right, let's go farther out in time with the GFS, and this one also shows that system falling apart today. And then on Wednesday, swinging that rain a little bit farther north. I wouldn't expect the GFS to have the same sort of detail that I showed you in those previous two models. This one also shows the rain going a little bit farther south on Thursday, and then dry Friday and dry through the weekend. This is Saturday, and this is Sunday. Now, this is Sunday the 9th, and this is as far out as the model goes right now because it's only 33% in. But I want to go back to the 6Z run, the previous run that is fully in. And we've been talking about getting something in here around the 9th, 10th, 11th. Well, the 6Z run said not so fast. So this is the 10th, and now it takes that low farther to the south. So look at that. That low goes to the south, so this one has a total swing and a miss on the 10th. We'll still keep an eye on that, but this is a really interesting case where the models far out have been talking about getting something nice here on the 10th, so just a week out, and now it's saying not so fast. But this model does say that somewhere around the middle of next week, and then going farther out into time into fantasy land, getting an AR in here sometime around the 16th, 17th, 18th, and that would be a significant storm. But that is way out there in fantasy land. And keep in mind that the same model was saying something big would come our way around the 10th, and now it's backing away from that. So we'll keep an eye on the 17th, 16th, 17th, 18th, see what happens, but so just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Either way, the next couple of weeks look active. I wouldn't call it a March miracle. I mean, March is still a pretty wet month. March miracle is an often overused term. Anytime it rains in March, people think, oh, it's a March miracle. No, it's not that. I'll get into that some other day. But either way, so I think I explained a little bit about Wednesday. So for those of you in Tuolumne County, Calaveras County, Mariposa County, especially around 3,000 feet, a little bit lower, you're going to get snow. And, we're talking about inches of snow. We're not talking about feet of snow, but it will be enough snow that'll be shovelable, plowable in many locations, especially around 3,000 feet and up. So just keep that in mind for those of you in that area that use 108, Highway 120. Those areas are going to see enough snow to be impactful on both Wednesday and Thursday. But Friday and the weekend all look dry. So a really interesting case today with the models diverging somewhat, even only 24 hours out. Interesting case. That's everything I've got for you on this Tuesday morning. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.